Hello, it's Cheryl Meyer again with another magical moment from Wonderland, and I'm still on the tea party, and I want to talk about the dormouse, who is also very important in terms of the lesson that Alice gains from this little tiny, sleepy, insignificant seeming critter that's at this tea party that she drops in on. Nestled between the madness of the March Hare and the riddles of the Hatter is the Dormouse, small, sleepy, and barely present. He drifts in and out of slumber and mumbles strange stories, gets ignored or stuffed into the teapot when it becomes inconvenient. And although he may appear to be comic relief, he actually holds a very quiet lesson for Alice. He represents that part of us that's tired of the noise, that retreats inward and decides to play small to stay safe. It's a part of Alice. It's a part of all of us, and sometimes just wants to shut down rather than deal with the chaos that's all around us. But as Alice watches the dormouse get silenced, ignored, and spoken over, something inside of her begins to stir. She realizes she does not want to live that way. She doesn't want to sleepwalk through life. She doesn't want to be too afraid or too weary to speak up. She wants to be fully awake in her own story. And so when the nonsense grows too much, when her words fall on deaf ears, she makes a bold and powerful move. She gets up and leaves. It's not dramatic, it's empowered. She decides she deserves more than the confusion, more than being dismissed or diminished, and in choosing to walk away from the tea party, she gets closer to her real self, her truth, her voice, and her worth. The dormouse reminds her and us that self-love means refusing to shrink into somebody else's idea of who she should be. And so she simply moves on with where she needs to be. What Alice learns from the dormouse: numbness isn't peace. True peace requires presence. And when we get into manifestation, if you join me at the retreat, I'm going to talk about staying in the now, because the now is all we have. The past is gone, and the present becomes the now when it arrives. So the now is the only thing we have. So if we want to manifest, we have to stay in the now and feel it as if it is in the now. Not everyone who's quiet is wise, and sometimes silence is simply self-abandonment. You cannot awaken your full self to your full self in places that encourage you to remain small. I want you to live loud and large, which is what we're going to talk about. And to love yourself is to wake up, speak up, and move forward, and to have boundaries that remove you from situations that are not giving you the respect that your own self-love has every right to demand. So that's the dormouse. He's the last character that I want to talk about right now at the tea party, although we may return to him as I continue to learn and grow.